Guy.
Kaboom.
Friggin' this guy, man. Not ready for anything. What's going on, everybody? This is the Mitt.
And Dominic
All right, and we're
on
back.
time and ready to go.
Kind of, sorta. But yeah, we are ready to go. Took last week off so Dominic could jinx all South Florida teams by going to the games, um, and and in essence watch the demise. So for those of you who don't know, Dominic is the biggest athletics or sports jinx, ever. Legitimately. I think there's one game that I know that he's been to which has worked out well or followed. And whenever he gets hype, you know the team's gonna go down. The only one that I know Dominic being like that worked out for was Notre Dame Miami about, is that almost like a decade ago?
2017.
Yeah. That was the last time that there was like a winning situation with Dominic involved. Or am I wrong?
Go Canes, hoot hoot. So yeah, I went to the Final Four. Unbelievable experience. I had so much fun, except for flying back on a 6 a.m. flight on Spirit. But other than that, everything was great.
You fit in Spirit seats?
Well,
I don't mean that disparaging. I mean they're just extra
you
small
don't even fit in Spirit.
That's my point. That's why I'm bringing that up. Yeah.
Well, here's the fraud thing. So I bought emergency exit going out, and legit, it was the most space I've ever had on a flight. I could lay down in between seats. I'm 6'2". There was so much room. It was great. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be coming back. Yo, the emergency exit coming back was basically like a regular like Delta flight.
Hold up. So you bought emergency exit twice and got two different experiences?
Two completely different experiences. Yeah.
I'm assuming you didn't check any luggage.
I did not. Here's the funny part. So a friend had commissioned somebody to make a bunch of T-shirts for the team.
For
FAU.
you talking about?
For FAU.
Okay.
And had me. I was staying at the FAU hotel. Had me tasked with bringing them to the team.
Hold up. You were bringing T-shirts to the FAU team?
Yeah. Dogs, shush.
What is your affiliation with the team where Dominic's bringing T-shirts?
I know people.
All right, continue. Okay, fine. So you're bringing T-shirts for the team, and so you've got to get these T-shirts on the flight, including your own
but
luggage.
all I'm carrying is a backpack.
Check. Yeah, okay.
All I'm carrying is a backpack.
How long were you there for?
For 3 days.
And just a backpack?
I sent my clothes the day before with the family.
I was like, there's no way. All right.
Right? So yeah, you know me. 3 days, I need a suitcase.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like, there's no way.
So I was like, yo, man, I spend the $60 to carry the T-shirts. Yo, legit. It was probably only 3 to 4 minutes, but it felt like 10 because I'm sweating, trying to stuff this bag into my backpack without busting the zipper, right?
How many T-shirts are we talking about?
They didn't print enough, so it's probably. It was supposed to be team and coaches. They didn't have enough ready yet. It was probably at least 15 shirts in a little duffel bag, right? But I've got my laptop. I've got an iPad. I've got some other things in my bag. I got a couple of sweatshirts. So I took the sweatshirts out. I'm walking around with the sweatshirts. And it was ridiculous how I MacGyvered this thing into the bag. But yeah, it worked out. Solid trip. FAU hotel was literally adjacent to the UM hotel. So one night I walked over because the FAU hotel was kind of vibing, right? It's a smaller hotel, some more intimate. Went up to UM hotel. It was one of those interior courtyard type hotels. You know where you look up and you see all the rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What city was this in?
What city was this in? Okay.
H-Town.
Houston was fine.
Went over there like 9:30 at night, UM hotel. More people, just like because I think of the flow of the hotel, it was like a dead vibe. It's kind of whack.
Interesting.
70 something thousand people at the game. It's crazy.
Is where the Rockets play, I assume?
No. Rockets play in like 15 to 18,000. It's where the Texans play. The stadium.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. See,
and the fraudest thing is the NCAA had a glitch on their website. So I tried to buy tickets to the semifinals. If you click semis, it takes you to championship. If you click championship, it takes you to semis. Didn't realize this till after I bought tickets to the championship, even though I was flying out the day before.
So how'd you get that resolved?
And then I buy the tickets, and then when I realize I got to look on the ticket prices for the semis,
way up
from $1,000 to $4,000.
Whoa!
And I already booked flights and airfare. There's not no. I'm not paying. No, I was panicking. But got it resolved. Wound up getting tickets from someone else, but I took a loss on the championship tickets. It's fraud.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. All that sounds horrible.
Yep. But Canes, Al, South Florida represent. Let's go.
I mean, not let's go. It's already been gone. It's done now. For those of you who don't know, both teams did not make it. Both teams lost. But yeah, it was quite the run from what I understand. So what else you got for us, Dominic?
You tell me. Oh, keep it in sports, basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You seen any of the backlash with LSU and Iowa? The women's basketball players?
The stupidity of backlash. It's pointless, but continue.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Clark. So they've been I don't know much about women's basketball, especially college, but evidently Caitlin and Angel have been two outstanding players. Angel plays for LSU. She had 34 double-doubles this year. I guess it's a NCAA record. And Caitlin Clark, I just learned about her while out in Houston, watching highlights of a couple games. She plays for Iowa and has just been ridiculously on fire scoring. Mm-hmm. So during the tournament, she's trash talk. She's done evidently it's a John Cena thing where you put your hand in front of your face and move it and say, "You can't see me," blah, blah, blah.
It's very stupid, by the way, but yes.
Yeah, she's done that. She's also, quote unquote, if you wanted to say, insulted a player who had the ball at the 3-point line, and she just walked away and kind of brushed the player away like, "Please, you can't shoot. I'm not even looking at you." Right? Like walked away from her, legit. No one had any issues with that kind of stuff. It's competitive. She's in. But then LSU wins the championship pretty easily by like 17 points. And at the end, Angel Reese goes in her face, in Kayla's face, and does the same thing with the hand and points her finger for the ring. And the backlash and the vitriol she received, it's nasty. Even if you disagree.
But wasn't it just one person who kicked it off?
Yeah, no, but it's all over social. I mean, of course, Dave Portnoy, Barstool, right?
Oh, well, I wasn't even talking about him. I was talking about this.
No, he called her. He tweeted like, "You classless piece of shit." Is literally what he did, right? Like a 20-year-old girl. It's like, come on, it's sports. You know how much trash talking goes on in sports. They asked Caitlin many times over different days if she had any issue with it. She's like, "No, I don't have an issue with it." And I genuinely believe she's not just saying that to not, be controversial. I genuinely believe she feels that because she was doing similar type of things. It's sports. I talked to coaches yesterday. None of them had any issue with it, right? It wasn't like it was ongoing and disrespectful. It's just in the moment. But it's just interesting. The term classless has come up so many times, right? And ghetto and hood, and it's subconsciously so what I'm looking for, I don't know.
It's not subconsciously anything. It's obvious. Like there really is zero difference here. It's blatantly obvious what the dynamics are. It's just always been that way. But also, like I'm not overly interested in this story primarily because everything that I'm seeing, how do I describe this? Everything that I see day to day has gotten me more and more jaded and just been like, yeah, right. That's what I expected. The lowest common denominator rises to the top, right? And I'm seeing more and more of this across the board, which makes me just less and less. Guys don't give a crap, I guess, right? Which is sad.
We get frustrated. We complain a lot on the show of whether it's hypocrisy, whether it's discrimination, things like that. I mean, the anger this girl received. You just go on comments on social media. The anger she's received. I always go down these rabbit holes. Just it's sickening.
But that's what I'm saying, right? But this is also what I would expect. The sad reality is exactly what I would expect, right? Because there's people who take some things way too seriously. Number one, people outraged for because of other people. Number two, right? Like it's just, and it's unnecessary and foolish. And this is just sad. To put it simply, this is just a sad state of affairs.
And then you got Jill Biden, Joe's wife. Is now inviting Iowa.
No, it wasn't that. By the way, it was. Hold up. She said it would be great if there was never an invite given Iowa or anything like that too. But that's why. Okay. By stating that as it was, in essence, she was saying two great teams. It'd be great if we could both do this kind of dynamic. And totally
she said it's two great teams. She said played it because Iowa played a great game, which they did not. They lost by 17. Right?
Hold up. You really think she watched both the games? First of all,
she's
a politician, man.
Yeah, she thinks she watched. But there's also talk that she's doing it to cater to the Iowa caucus and this. But regardless, there's never been a talk about the losing team. It's like participation trophies. Agreed. Are we even discussing this?
But again, they're not inviting Iowa. This was the statement that was made that got the same level picture I was talking about that went against whatever. I forgot her name. Apologies. The woman who did the John Cena thing. Like both of these things are not non-stories. The John Cena thing is significant. The Jill Biden thing was something to grab onto because there was never an invite extended. If there was an invite extended, different story. But there was never an invite extended because that would have been ridiculous. And I agree.
Even the reference of it is ridiculous.
Agreed. Yeah, but hold up. It's again with politics too. I'm mostly giving everything with a grain of salt dynamic because the stupidity is rampant within all politics. But I think this was just one of those horribly ill-timed comments, right? Like it with whatever the intent may have been, positive or otherwise, or politically beneficial or otherwise, just poor timing across the board. Now, if there was ever an invite issued, we'd have problems. Agreed, and we should, right? Because that's not who gets invited anywhere.
Yeah, it's also crazy too. As I'm looking at this, they're thinking about this Angel Reese thing. Like that kind of stuff goes on in men's sports, 24/7. We also have no issue with that.
We don't have an issue. Again,
it's like we don't want. We don't. Most of the people I bet who are upset don't even watch women's sports.
Well, this is what I'm saying. There is no actual. These are people who just want to argue about.
See the highlight, like I saw the highlight because I didn't see it happen, and then you just get mad.
These are people who just want to be.
But they've seen the highlight of Caitlyn doing the same type stuff.
No, but they see that. But hold up, are you trying to say that people don't?
Just in case anybody didn't realize, I mean, there may be somebody who didn't realize. Angel is black on a predominantly black team, LSU, while Caitlyn is white on an all-white Iowa team.
But you're under the impression that people are introspectively looking at themselves and going, did I feel the same way about one versus the other? No, man, that's not what people think. You know that already. In the moment, maybe homie had a big bet on things. He was very pissed, and this just added to his dynamic. Who knows? But I'm of the general belief that nobody really gives a crap about this dynamic, and it was just a talking point. And then it became a talking point bigger than that because the game, to your point, wasn't that competitive. And so it's like, okay, what do we talk about in the situation? How do we talk about their dominance?
No, but it happened right. You see, that's where you're wrong. It blew up right afterwards. The reporters asking both players, like it right after the game it started, and then that spawned everything.
Then I stand correct
because there were people tweeting and on IG and talking about it immediately after. And immediately after, the reporters were asking the players, still in their jerseys, asking them about it.
Yeah, this is why I've had to. It's weird. I pulled back a lot. I used to do a lot of Twitter refreshing and following up during the day, just in general, for like new stuff. And I can't go on Twitter anymore. It's just horrible. And also, everything's all over the place. I don't know how to find anything that I care about. I'm seeing more things I don't care about than anything else, especially like. And now like he's getting rid of check marks, I believe, and then putting in a different kind of check mark, and you got to pay for certain ones, but there's another one that you get for some other situations.
You said you see LeBron's comment. I guess I'm losing my check because he's not paying for it. He's refusing to pay a penny for it.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. But again, it's not. But it doesn't matter. He doesn't need Twitter. It's quite the opposite. Twitter needs him. Twitter needs people to go and want to read what LeBron thinks. Not the other way around. Homie's got enough outlets, and not just him, but many people in his position. So it's interesting. But again, Elon's got to make some dollars. But then Elon also went out, and this is what I was bringing up to you earlier that you apparently didn't realize. So NPR, you're familiar with NPR?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro.
What the hell was that condescending bro situation for? It was a general statement. It was supposed to get you to be like, oh yes, NPR, and just add to
National
the story.
Public Radio. I have it programmed in my car.
Freaking ridiculous person over here. So on Twitter, in the top section of whatever, like kind of describing who it is, they put in, I think it was yesterday actually, they put in quotes, U.S. state affiliated media.
What was that? U.S. They put in what?
Affiliated media. In essence, because by the way, they do that for China and other places, so you know that they're trying to state affiliated media and things of that nature. NPR is not state affiliated, period. NPR gets donations from individuals. NPR makes less than 1% from the government. So state affiliated is definitely not the case. But by putting state affiliated, obviously you trigger the base. And by base, I mean red.
Yes.
Right? So it is obvious. But these are the things that are making me literally pull away from Twitter across the board. Like, I just don't care. Because everything is so targeted and foolish now that literally, if I go down a Twitter rabbit hole, the level of frustration I have, like I feel like my beard was black prior to me getting Twitter, and now my beard is gray. Like, it's that level of annoyance that I get on a daily basis, and I don't care about a lot of things.
Just dye it like you dye your head
like
top.
you. Not that like you.
I dyed mine this week.
I know.
I'm not a poser like you.
That's in front. First of all, just because, hey man, I'm okay. I'm good with me. I don't need to be like you trying to maintain your youth when you ain't got no youth, man. This guy can barely move physically, but he wants to have black hair with his cane. Good balance, though. Good balance. Good balance. But it's ridiculous. So even the Biden administration reached out to him, and other people reached out to him saying, you got to take that down because that's blatant false representation because they're not state affiliated. And by putting state affiliated, you obviously change the way people perceive information being driven by NPR. And I will say, by the way, I listen to a truckload of NPR, so maybe I'm biased here, but like my morning up first, all these things are NPR sponsored situations, and which I love. So it does annoy me when I see this kind of dynamic.
That's your boy, Elon. Mm-hmm. Speaking of your other boy, we got one of our viewers live on Facebook right now, Prem, saying talk about Trump. And the irony is, Prem, Amit and I talked right before the show and said, should we talk about Trump? We both said no.
just F that guy.
But how about this? Your girl Marjorie Taylor Greene, you see her comments this week about Trump being arrested?
Again, man.
For charge?
You're asking me to listen to idiots tell me about whatever she says by default is a dumb statement.
All right, so
she could say the weather is lovely and it's dumb because it came out of her mouth.
She compared Trump to
Jesus
and Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, no, there you go. They're the same. Yeah.
Jesus and Mandela.
Again, she's an idiot. Like, there is no greater idiot than. Well, I'll take that back. There's got to be more.
Oh, so you did listen to her though?
No, I know of this because I'm still trying to wean myself off this Twitter dynamic. So I saw this and again got frustrated. Right, and it's crazy. Like, the frustration there for me is significant. So it really, really, really bothers me across the board. And she bothers me across the board because she's just aggressive. Let me go to some stuff that's a little more lighthearted. Well, actually, two things, by the way. With, I guess, as a tangent to pseudo placate Prem here, AI. You've seen all the memes and all the memes that came out with your boy and every different situation.
He's a certified Hall of Famer.
I'm sorry, I'm lost here. What do you mean?
Allen Iverson.
Wow.
Waka waka.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna start over. You saw the AI pictures of your boy Trump. Wow. Friggin'. I was hoping you wouldn't go there, and you went there, and you got me confused for a second too. And I was like, "This friggin' moron." But all right.
Yeah, I mean, I sent you one of the AI pictures I made of Trump.
Yeah.
You see that in chat?
Yeah.
In Discord, you can make a Discord channel where you can just type in words. 3 words or 50 words, describe what you want, and within anywhere from 30 seconds to about 3 minutes, the image will be generated. It's pretty wild.
I've not used it, so I don't know. But it caught me off guard because, again, I'm like, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because not obviously, but Elon and I forget who else was involved, signed in essence a letter of sorts. Elon, it was an open letter. Like, a bunch of tech leaders reached out, in essence, saying we need to put a pause on AI experiments. So saying that this could get out of hand real quick, real fast as AI becomes smarter.
John Connor type shit.
Literally, that's kind of the game, right? And so they're like, hey, we need to put on this. Not the Jets football player. We're not going to go there. The Jets running back from how many years ago? No, but that's crazy, right? Because I've never used any of these things, by the way. I've never used ChatGPT and I've never used.
I tell you guys what it's done for me. It's you have no idea the marketing and stuff it helps with. It's fascinating.
I don't know. Literally don't know. Why don't you market the hell out of our show if you're going to market all over the place? Right? See what goes on. Let's truly test it. Why don't you market our show and see what happens there, guy?
I'm working on that.
All right, yeah, you do that. Then I'll believe in the AI. Not that I don't believe in it, but then maybe I'll utilize it.
No, but for isolabody.com, at isolabody on Instagram, I, S as in Sam, O, L as in Larry, A, B-O-D-Y. Check it out. It gave me a marketing strategy for the next year. It's fascinating.
Hold up.
It's written content. It's written content for newsletters going out. It's written content for social media posts. It's given a strategy of how to grow user base and say it's spectacular. My wife thought it was Chad GBT, like Brad Chad.
Well, I mean, Google's is called Bard, so I mean, she's got some, it's not too ridiculous a comment. Yeah, do something with ours, then we'll see what the hell's going on.
All right.
Right. I leave that to you in that situation. Right. But yeah, but you see, I mean, the whole idea of like, okay, but using that. So when people say pause AI, do you see going a different direction?
No. I mean, the fact of the matter is we've been using AI for years and decades. Sure. This is just an evolution of everything we do in life. I mean, spell check. I think we talked about this in a recent episode. Spell check is AI. We've been using spell check for Microsoft Word 20 years plus, more than that.
Yeah, but also in our iPhones and whatever else, when it does the autocorrect and things like that, when it's predictive text.
Yeah.
Right, which is all a version of that, which is learning.
And there's many other examples I can't think of that we've been using AI in our lives.
But then when you see somebody like Elon, you see Microsoft, you see people calling out to put a pause on it.
Microsoft,
we don't know. Yeah, it was a bunch. It wasn't just him. It was
Microsoft.
No, Microsoft has to take that back. Not the former exec. Former exec. Sorry, not present. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think they know something we don't know?
Oh, you get into some like.
I'm just saying. Like, if people in this industry are pushing things, normally push everything forward, are saying, "Oh, yeah, let's pump the brakes a little bit."
Wow. Or are they worried about how it can somehow affect their bottom line?
Well, the bottom line should have been a concern at the very start, right? And they are worried about that, which is why Google came out Bard, because the commercialization of search results, or the revenue generation of search results, obviously will change when Bard gives you everything that it wants, or ChatGPT for that matter gives you everything that it wants immediately, right? So that's definitely part of the calculus. But where's the issue, right? Is there something else? Is there's
something they know of, capabilities that we may not know?
I have no idea. I would assume so. I mean, they're looking at self-driving vehicles, obviously, right? Which will use a version of AI. Looking at trucks driving themselves as well. You're looking at there's all these things that utilize AI across the board, and people creating pictures and memes and all the stuff, and apparently marketing for isolabody.com. But I've never used it, so I still. And it was like, oh, it can do anything. And I was like, but I don't need it to do everything for me right now or anything. Like, I literally can't think of a use case. I'm not even lying.
Next time you travel somewhere.
Okay, Monday.
Sherry told us it planned for his boy, the most amazing trip to Greece, right? It did everything.
Okay. No, that's a possible use case.
Right? Like the best traveling, like itinerary, everything. Yeah. I imagine you could say find all local spots, find the most highest reviewed restaurant, like quickly, much quicker than a Google search. We know Google searches are very quick, but then you have to process the information and go through it, right? This just does it for you. It's crazy.
So then that's actually a use case. I literally never thought about that. That's actually not a bad use case that I probably could benefit from, right? Like I do got a couple trips coming up, and maybe that's not a bad way to go about doing it. But yeah, it didn't even occur to me, because normally all my trips are work related, so it's different.
Yeah,
it's not like it's holiday and like you.
Man with the foreign talk, holiday.
Yeah. I was a holiday, Bridget. No, ain't no vacation.
It's crazy. Prem is like in our show notes right now, because now he's saying on the Facebook chat, talk about Desantis and the gun laws, and actually have that here. So,
all right, go ahead.
Governor Ron DeSantis, Florida. Couple things. He signed a measure that will allow Florida residents to carry guns without a state permit. What does that mean? Anyone who can legally own a gun in Florida can carry a concealed gun in public without any training or background check. What the bleep?
I'm just waiting for murders to tick up significantly, honestly, because that's the only outcome here, right? And by the way,
here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing too. According to a poll, 77% of Floridians oppose open carry. Different than what we're talking about here. Open carry can shorten it. And DeSantis was asked about it, and he says he wants to do it, like allow open carry if he can get the votes. But mind you, emails have been released that show him trying to ban guns from being brought to his events that he's at.
Well, no, that's literally the
hypocrisy at its finest.
The NRA convention doesn't have guns involved.
He's trying to secretly do that. He's scared of guns at his events. But let's make it fine that no background checks or anything, people can get guns.
But the events are
I don't understand the common sense logic, because I feel like I genuinely feel
there is no common sense.
There's an extremely small percentage of people. It's like the extreme, I guess it'd be the extreme left, like how we have the extreme right, that want to get rid of the Second Amendment. I don't think I don't talk to anybody like I don't think there are people. It's a small percentage of people, right?
Yeah, agreed.
I think the majority of the country, us, believe in the Second Amendment, but there has to be protocols and measures, and just no background checks, no things like that, does not fall in that realm.
No, but
it's common sense.
It's also just simply stupid, and I say that because everything else we do has regulation. From driving a vehicle, you got to get a license. You got to pass a test to know you didn't kill anybody with the car, right? But now, mind you, the car isn't even meant to kill. The car is meant to commute, to transport from A to B. The gun is meant to kill. Its sole purpose is that. And yet you're saying, we ain't got to worry about it, man. It'll be fine. So a couple things will happen. You have a bunch of murders tick up, or shootings in general. Secondarily, you have a lot more police shootings, by the way, because the police are going to come out ready to shoot, assuming that the assailant, whoever may be, has a gun as well. Before you would make the assumption, and they may or may not, now you can probably go out there and comfortably say, and it'll probably be a thing where they'll be like, oh no, this, so-and-so had a concealed weapon and I could make it out under his shirt or whatever else, since we shot. So you're going to see a bunch more of that, right? Because they're going to be a little more on edge. Understandably, to some level, right? Because now you don't know whoever you're going after, if they're armed or not. And they may not like you, right? So now you made policing hard in that situation as well. And not that I'm pro-policeman, but still, like, if you
I definitely don't want to make policing harder.
Correct. That's my point. Why are we adding to their level? Which is why this is just blatantly stupid, right? But you can go a step further with stupidity, and to what I read this morning, and it really irked me, and then I had to stop reading. And I want to say, what freaking state was it? Oh my God! And it came up today. This was in, I want to say it was in Tennessee. Shite, I'll find it right now. In essence, it had to do with transgender, where you can check the genitalia.
Kansas, that's on my list.
There you go,
Kansas. So Kansas.
How is that even like a thought, by the way?
So let me find the notes here. Okay, yeah. Kansas Republicans have successfully overridden the governor. So the governor vetoed this. This passed, the governor vetoed, and they somehow overrode this, which authorizes genital inspection of children in order for kids to play sports. Genital inspection of your kids in order to play sports. Mind you, of the 109,402 kids last year that played, I don't know what grades this falls into, right? 2 of them were transgender. 2 out of 109,000.
I'm going to go a step further.
Now because of that, hold on. Because of that, we're going to start inspecting kids' genitalia.
Well, that's my point. There's no issue here. Now you're creating an issue. right? His boy, drag shows ain't killing nobody. We'll make drag shows a big thing here in Florida.
Drag shows are the same as Hooters at the restaurant. What's the difference?
It's the same damn thing. And Hooters
taking your kids to Hooters.
That's as in Hooters is the restaurant, not Hooters at the restaurant. That's just rude, Dominic.
Yeah, seen the Hooters at the Hooters restaurant.
Rude. You know, I mean, the stupidity is rampant. Knowing that, these are the same people saying, "My body, my freedom. I don't want to wear a mask." Like the this is why I tell you, like, my frustration is ridiculously rampant and bothers me to know, you know, just, it bothers me to know.
Yeah, but to go a step further, I don't know if you remember, Florida was trying to mandate girls to disclose their menstrual cycles.
Well, do you think Florida's done doing this?
Right. And West Virginia, if you saw this week, they blocked a child marriage ban.
Yeah. They blocked. I'm saying there's no logic. Between the amount,
under 16 kids can get married, right? There's a step you have to disclose and get a parent, but still, they eliminated that, or they blocked the attempted ban. So listen, both parties suck. You know me. I mean, you're independent too. So, but you can't. These are some major flaws of the GOP.
You can't claim to be about protecting children when you go the step further and literally don't do anything for all the churches that have done horrible things to kids, and you'd be like, my bad, let that slide. Then you go a step further and say, hey, I want to protect kids from drag shows, which, by the way, kids don't just go to drag shows. It's not just a thing that's out there in the streets, boys and girls. It's, you know, it's something that's a little more significant than that.
I mean, when I used to be on South Beach all the time, what's the one place on Ocean?
Mangoes?
Yeah, I never seen a kid walk in there. But even if a kid walks in there, it's like, it's the parents.
But what? Hold up. But then again, I thought I'm allowed to raise my own kids the way I want in America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so much hypocrisy, but and nobody sees this hypocrisy. Well, not nobody. I'm sure they're aware of it too, which just makes it even more annoying. You know. But again, your boy Desantis will get all these things through, and it just will be that. It'll just be.
In addition to that, 21 South Carolina GOP lawmakers proposed the death penalty for a woman who has abortions.
Yeah.
Death penalty.
So let's kill the mom for maybe saving her own life because the kid was sick.
Because she was raped.
But
by her.
But by the way, the rapist, you do you, sir. You go back to work. You're totally fine. America.
Kaboom.
Talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good one. That was a very uplifting episode of the AI.
There was some positivity there, despite your false recanting of your hair dyeing. And what you don't do.
My false.
I just move on for the words I used.
If you're trying to sound smart, you're going about it the wrong way, guys.
Trust me.
Oh my god.
You notice my flow kind of slowed down.
Yeah, because you realize the word was recount. I assume what you wanted to go with. And for those, just play that back. Listen to that again without me trying to sound smart.
Simmer down, Four Eyes.
Take it easy later.